What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Be sure to hit that thumbs up, that share, and that like, and go over there and hit that subscribe button. Go all the way to the top, subscribe, and hit that all button. And that way you'll know when I come on. Y'all come in here and have a good time with me. How y'all doing today? Uh, hello, Kimmy Poo. Let's see who all we got in here. We got Kimmy Poo, Michelle Tucker, Strawberry Kisses, Cool Gamer, Penny Riddle. What's up, Oscar? Mama P.I. What's up, baby? Joe Popowick. How y'all doing today? Victoria. How y'all doing today? Well, for some reason it ain't showing me. I don't know. And how do y'all like my thumbnail picture? I thought it was pretty good myself. So how's everybody doing today? Kimmy, I hope you're feeling better. What's up, Higgy? Oh. Well, I figured we'd come on here and shoot the shit about old. I'm doing good, Joe. Thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well also. I figured I'd come on here and talk about old, I guess, relive some Quentin Simon. So, as we all know, he's been found. Hey, Penny. As we all know, he's been found and he was taken from us by his mother. And as of reports yesterday, we don't know what with, but she beat him to death with some kind of instrument or something. They still haven't figured that out yet, I don't guess. She was indicted on 19 counts yesterday. 16 counts of false information and lying to the police officers and stuff like that. 2 counts of felony murder and 1 count of malice murder. Billy Joe's in jail, and everybody over there on Zipperhead's side of the fence think it's just a contempt of court, which I'd say that's part of it. I already know that. Yeah, the police. Someone called the police station yesterday, and she didn't even deliver any presents. I was told that the presents that were at that jail were done by the community, and that they do that toy drive every year, and Billy Joe had nothing to do with that. But like I said, over on Zipperhead's side, of course, they said that they did, which is bullshit. Oh, well, I mean, that's not as low as it's low, yeah. Doing it in the name of your deceased grandson, Also, being a piece of shit mother that, again, Zipperhead says that Ho Billy was just trying to get her to confess, and this was Ho Billy's way of talking her into turning herself in. You're full of shit. She is so full of shit. This woman needs to be taken off of YouTube because of all the lies, all the shit she's doing to these families. They call Dolly, Bullhorn Betty, Justice for All, Olivia, MGL, Molly, Mallory. They call them all the tragedy pimps. Are you for real? Of course, they're going to make money off of their uh, subscribers, um, but they're not lying about it. I know she did. Yes, I know that for a fact. She actually knew what she was doing. She even goes so far, and that, don't get me wrong, if Danny did have something to do with it, then he should go to jail also. Simple as that. But the way that they're pretending, hi Butterfly, the way that they're talking over on another channel, which I will not mention, you know who I'm talking about, because it's in, her nickname is in the description. But they're trying to fully blame it on Danny. Now, because Danny was late, 15 minutes to work, or she said 12 to 15 minutes. Fair enough. He was late. In my opinion, he knows what happened. I don't think that he had anything to do with it. But if he does, if he did, he should be arrested also. Now, if he knows something and he's made a deal with the DA to be a witness for the DA, then that's what he's doing, and he's trying to cut some time off of his. Exactly. It wasn't Danny they saw throwing it in, but we don't even know the actual time that Quentin passed. We just know that he was deceased at the hand of his mother. I talked about that yesterday, Joe. She said yesterday that her and Ho Billy actually helped pay for the casket. Don't take me wrong, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any way toward Quentin. Why would you bury bones? I'm just saying. she's just trying to put it off and put it off and put it off. That it was Leilani and Billy Joe that are going to jail. Leilani for the murder of her, for the cause of Quentin's deceased. I hope so. I hope so. But she still now. I'll get to her in a minute. And Billy Joe should be in there for neglect of a child that led to his being deceased. Now, I don't know how it is in Canada, but I think it's similar down here. If you are given verbal custody, you are still in charge of that child, no matter what. You should make sure that that child has a safe place. If you don't think that your child is being in a safe place, take him somewhere else and make sure he is safe. Don't leave him in the care of the girl, because she's not a woman, the girl that you do not trust and know may cause harm to your grandchild, any of your grandchildren. Now, she just had verbal agreement, supposedly with Leilani, before the 5th. The day after, when they went to court, she actually got custody of the other two. And then I'm assuming they were given to I really don't know where those are. Cremation or burial is a personal choice. I don't think that they would give it to him because supposedly I haven't seen one where he's on it, but supposedly he's not on the birth certificate. But I heard they did do DNA testing on Bubba, and he was the father. So, interfering with an investigation, and when BJ Howe was talking about turning junkie mom, and she kept talking with Broke Gaggle. Yeah, yes, sure did. And Zipperhead is over still doing it. And her favorite word I don't care. Okay, you don't care. But your ass will when you go to jail. So she is taken up for a murderer and a grandmother that knew. Hello, Deanna. A grandmother that knew what had happened. My opinion, she knew. Because that's why that when she come in and done that interview the next morning after she come in, she said, I don't know if I can trust my daughter. Why in the hell would you say that, knowing your grandson is missing? You already knew. You already knew that your grandson was gone. Another thing that I got to say about Ho Billy, if you're interested in justice for Quentin, why in the hell wouldn't you take money to put up posters for your missing grandchild You couldn't do that, but you will take up and put up a poster of a crack-headed, not having her kids, dog abusing, daughter of a murderer, no life, skinny, taking people's money to fix your teeth, toothless, soulless, heartless bitch. Why would you do that? Also, I'll get to her in a minute about what she's doing, but nothing. Now, the reason she supposedly didn't go out on foot and search was she was told not to. You're full of shit. I don't give a damn what the fucking FBI tells me. If my grandson's missing, I'm not sitting at the house going to worry, raise up my blood pressure, and not get no sleep. I'm going to go searching for my grandchild. Fuck you, arrest me, do what you got to do, but I'm going to search for my grandchild. If you got to, shoot me. Shoot me, because I'm going through that motherfucking front door, and I'm going to look for my grandkid. No police is stopping me. No FBI stopping me. You try to stop me, then you will take me to jail, because I'm going to punch you in that big ass fucking dick sucker under your nose. Now on over to that bitch. Catch you up on the case. Well, welcome, Jennifer, to welcome to my channel. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Be sure to hit that like. 70 people in here and only 38 likes. Come on now. Y'all get them mics up for me. Y'all get them mics up for me, people. Come on. Only 38 likes. It's got to go up now. Come on. Exactly. How can you say you're aggravated with me? Why's that? Why's that, Jan? Whoever asked to bring you up on the story, Lalani Simon is the cause of her son being deceased. She beat him till he was deceased. She's in jail, indicted on 19 counts. The grandmother's in jail on a contempt of court, but the DA said she couldn't talk about Billy Joe's because she is her case is still under investigation. Now, Jan, did you ever tell me why you was upset with me or aggravated with me? It's 48 now, Frank, but it was only 30 something. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, thank you. Well, let's get them likes up there. 68 people, 51 likes. So let's get them up there. Now, let's go on over to Zipperheads for just a second. Let's talk about that entity. I won't even call that blip up in Canada. Okay. you don't have your kids with you. You left them in the States to go be with a man in Canada. You are going to get money from your people to, okay, now listen to this. I don't know if there's anybody in Canada, but I read up and you do not need this. She got money to have a passport so she could come to the States. You don't need a passport to drive down to the States. If you're going to stay down here for an extended period, like maybe 6 months, yes, you do. You do not need a COVID shot to come down. So there's one lie. She got the money from her people to get the passport, which she don't need. So she supposedly got the passport. She's also does not need a COVID shot, which they paid for probably. Um, and I guess she's gonna need gas money to get down here and all that. But I know she's a U.S. citizen, but she was actually born in Canada, moved over here when she was very young, like 2 or 3 months, and then lived down here for so long and just went up there about, I think, 5, 6 years ago, something like that. So, but that would give her dual citizenship if she was born in Canada but moved down here when she was young. That would give her dual. And the reason I know that is because Becca's brother was born in Germany, but come over here when he was very little, and he has dual citizenship. I was getting ready to get to that, Joe. So she's gonna come down here and do all that. All the while, she's gonna send a man that her kids have never met in person, talked to over the phone, seen in video calls over the phone. But she's going to send him to go get the kids. But now, where I remember, Jennifer, thank you. I do remember you coming over about the Athena. But now nobody has said, did you get to see Cherry Forever? Where is Mark's passport to come down and get the kids if he's just coming down to pick them up? Where's that passport? Where's his COVID shot? I haven't heard him say nothing about having a passport or anything about having a COVID shot to come down here and get the kids. So both of those two were live. He knows, Joe. She supposedly talked to him on the phone. Now, I don't know if he actually does know, but now she even called the kids. Exactly, she does. She was feeding people bullshit just to get money so she could get that. But you're fine, Toshi. See right there? Yep. And then while he's gone to get her kids, now listen to me again. Let me say that. He is going to get her kids, take them back while she is in Georgia. He's going to leave, she's going to leave her kids with a man that she's only known for 3 years with her kids while she is in Georgia with a murdering mother and a know it grandmother. How does that work out, y'all? How does that work out? That's what I'm saying. I didn't say he said anything about he hasn't said anything about getting a shot, and he hasn't said anything about his uh, passport, is what I'm saying. I've been doing good, Benny. How you been? But now, and I haven't actually heard Ho Billy say anything about that. Hi, Evelyn Stevens. I have heard um, Zipperhead say it all, though. I've heard her say it, heard her say it, and heard her say it. Yeah, she said she helped pay for the casket. I can't put my head around that either. To have it, if I had a child and I couldn't go pick them up, I actually was doing something real important that I couldn't go. I would only pick somebody I've known for my entire life. And then I would be worried. Then I would be worried. Yeah, I've showed people the piece of paper, which I lost everything when my computer died. Everything. And I wouldn't go pick them up, let alone let them stay with him. And I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I don't really know him. I don't watch his channel. Uh, I remember he's called, I think, Prairie Boy or something like that. So I don't know nothing about him. I'm just saying I wouldn't leave. I don't care if I am sleeping with somebody. I'm not going to leave my children with them for that. All the donations that they got, uh, because when this first started with Zipperhead, and then they started getting these donations from Zipperhead's people. She ended up started showing nice rings and a big old speaker that they could put in the window and blast out baby music. So it would try and get the protesters copyrighted. Yeah. He's not married to her. They're not married, Kristen. They said so on the channel. The marriage that they're talking about is the common law marriage. I don't even think they have common law marriage. They don't down here in the States. There is no common law marriage anymore in the States. They say they have it up there. I don't think they do. No, they're not married, Markella. She said that on her live one night. And Mark coming out and said, no, we're not legally married, but we're common law married. What's up, Haley? Yeah, that's exactly Kimmy Poo. They collected money for a marriage that never happened. Never happened. But like I said, I don't think there is common law marriage. Like I said, I know it's not down here in the States. If so, hell, me and Becca wouldn't have needed no papers. But we got them anyway. Uh, oh, I know they did. There's a video, until she put it private, there was a video that showed Mark proposing to her on the beach or something to that effect. No, no, no weddings happen, but they do have money. She even showed there is a video, and if I can find it, I'll try and get it. Her subscribers helped her, sent her money, and she had brand new teeth put all in. Brand new. So and she said she paid the rest. She said that they sent her 2,000 or 2,300. It's right there somewhere. And then she paid the rest up to 8,500 to have all her teeth done. Fuck she do, have them made in gold. I seen that tattooed on her ankle. She's got it. I got Becca's name all over me. That didn't mean that we were married. Hello, Charlotte's Webbing. Now, she done a video, I think it was the day before yesterday. And ladies, please don't take this the wrong way, okay? I'm not saying nothing about any ladies in here. I'm just talking about, but let me go ahead and say it and then you'll see what I'm talking about. No, I don't think you have strawberry kisses. The other day, it was the day that Ho Billy got arrested. She was on there talking about it. She said, okay, here comes all the lies and the people saying, oh, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. So she got upset, clicked off her camera, and when it come back on, it was Mark sitting there and her going up the steps. Okay. So she goes upstairs. Mark's sitting there talking. I don't think they have. I think they still have his remains. I don't know. I'd like to find that out though. But anyway, he was sitting there talking about the case, and I actually heard her say, "We need to end this right now. We need to end this right now." Okay. Love Becca with all my heart, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to any women in here. But if I'm sitting there telling somebody my opinion on what happened, I don't care who it is. No, please, ladies, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but no woman is going to tell me to shut down the live that I'm talking on. Ain't happening. If I am speaking my free speech of my opinion, I will do so, and then maybe I'll decide to get off. If not, I'm staying on. So yesterday morning, I think, morning to them, evening to us, she is doing a live and she hollers for him because somebody wants to say hi to him. Well, she gets on the ramp about the Ho Billy thing and the Melanie and all that. She starts screaming, and I'm not lying. You can go back and watch a video. And he does this and sits back in his chair. Well, hold on. He does this and sits back in his chair. Now, Becca can say what she wants to. That's her opinion. If she gets loud, I'll ask her to tone it down a little bit, but I'm not going to ask straight up, tell her shut up. I'm not going to do that. Exactly, beautiful. I believe that's what it is, and when I believe, he'll tell her not to come back. Oh, yeah, she's been drinking. Yeah. But that whole situation with her, she needs to be arrested too. Because what she was doing when she was talking to Ho Billy before Leilani was arrested, she was interfering with an investigation when she was telling Ho Billy what they needed to do to shut them protesters up. That's called interfering. She's going to say, no, that's just giving friendly advice. No, that's interfering where there's a murder, where there's a missing person. I'm sorry. Didn't know if it was an M yet. But telling someone to do this and do that to people outside to get them in trouble, even though that you're the one, your household is the one being investigated. That's interfering. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen because I believe he's getting tired of that. I really, really do. I haven't heard that channel talk too much lately. I mean, I know I did during all of it that was going on, but lately I haven't heard it. I really haven't been looking, but oh, she's been talking about that for a while, Charlotte. But what I'm saying, why are you kids living in the States? Why did, and she actually called her kids on her live and asked them, said, did I abandon you? Did I abandon you? All four of them said no, and it's none of nobody's business. But that she could have called them before she come live and that said, say this and this and this. And then she asked her ex-husband. She said, did I abandon my family? And he said, well, in a way, no, you didn't. Yeah, I said that. And if nobody in here knows what I'm talking about, the reason I call her Zipperhead is because if she would stick her tongue out and turn sideways, she would look like a zipper. All right, guys. I've got 104 people watching this and only 66 thumbs up. Go over and hit that thumbs up. Drop your DNA on that thumb. Go over and hit that share button. And then go over and hit that subscribe button. Go to the top. Hit that all. And when I come on, you'll know when I come on. And you all can come over here. We'll be talking about this. We'll be talking about that. A little bit of everything. So y'all hit that like for me and hit that thumbs up. There's 107 and only 73. Come on, get that up for me. Do that for me. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine, but hit that thumbs up at least. Like it for me. Come on now, get it up for me. So, yeah, I mean, we'll. I just think it's crazy that she does something like that. I don't know why you wouldn't want to go get your kids yourself and not worry about someone that's in jail or anything like that to that effect. That just don't make no sense, man. I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing about nobody being there, cause I've been there. Yeah, that was another thing. Thank you, Joe. Someone come on her. It was in the stream, but someone come on and said, "Well, why didn't you do anything when your daughter was being beat by your ex-husband?" And she actually said, "That's not my problem. I wasn't living there at the time. That's his house. They are adults." And I'm thinking, what the fuck did you just say? Okay, guys, and I'm gonna be serious as a heart attack right now. Okay, serious as a heart attack. I'm 53 right now. My daughter, I got a son that's 23, but my two smallest ones. Hey, May May. Or, yeah, she told them she would kill Santa if they didn't answer her right. But if my daughter was of age, say me and Becca went together, and she was with another man, stepfather. My daughter was living with another man, another stepdad or something, and he beat her. I don't give a damn what state I'm in, what country I'm in. I'm going to his house. I ain't even going to knock on the door. I'm going to kick that fucking door in. I'm going to go in that house. I'm going to beat the living hell out of him. I don't care how old my daughter is. Somebody hurts my daughter, I'm fucking you up. I would move furniture around in that house. I would bust his fucking face with my knuckles. Are you actually serious? It's not my problem because they live with their dad. Yeah, okay. Beat on my daughter. And see exactly. I would rock. I've already done it for my mom. So don't think that I wouldn't rock that orange jumpsuit for my daughter. Don't think that I wouldn't do it. Why in the hell? Okay, please, please. No disrespect to any people born in Canada or born in in Michigan. And the only reason I'm saying this is that's where she's at now, and that's where she was raised at in Michigan. She must be reading something that y'all are not reading because that kind of thoughts are the kind that's going to get you messed up. Yeah, calls him baby daddy. Hey guys, and I do not like divorce. I do not uphold anyone that gets a divorce. I think if you tie the knot, then it should be permanent. I don't condone it. That's just me. Even though I've been through a divorce, but if there's no way in hell I would do this anyway. Just saying, if I was Mark, I would tell her to kick rocks, pack your bags, beat your feet, cause walking ain't crowded. Hey, Beasley B. So, guys, 103 people, 81 likes. Get them likes up. Drop your DNA on that thumb for me. Hit that share button. Go over and hit subscribe for me, please. Go all the way to the top. Hit that all button when I come on. Everybody knows when I come on. Do that for me. Let me tell you, my son moved to Washington, almost to Canada. Well, exactly, Mama P. Divorce can be, but I don't agree with it. And don't take this wrong. I'm not going to preach to anybody in here because I've been divorced. This is Becca's my second marriage. I love her to death though, and that's it. There'll be no more. She's stuck with me, and I'm stuck with her, just like glue. But I was raised that once the circle is reunited, then that's it. No more. And what I mean about the circle, the day you're born, God takes a rib from your body and builds you a woman somewhere in the world. And you go through life, and it makes a circle. And when you get back to the edge of your circle, that's when you get your wife. And God gives you your rib back. And Becca was my rib. I went all through life, thought I found one, hit a couple bumps here and there. And I went through them bumps and went all the way back around, and I found Becca. Now I have my rib back, and I even got, I think it's on this side. I even have this tattoo right here. God gave me my rib back, and that's Becca's name.
Dad, did you know you're missing one rib in your body?
Yes, son. That's what I was just talking about.
Oh.
I'll tell you in a minute. But that's the way I believe on divorce. And I can't say nothing because I got a divorce. Oh yeah, she save it for OF. Yeah, she talks about that too, Country Bulldog. She said the dogs wasn't dead. They were just malnourished. Okay, that's still animal abuse, lady. Oh, I got you. Sorry about that, Haley. Come on, guys. You almost got my likes up there to the same amount of people in here. Let's get them up there for me. Do that for me. Overnourished. Well, I mean every word of that, Haley. Her father, yeah, exactly. If anybody has I know they sent it to me before, but if anybody has a news clipping of that or anything, yes, Carol. All right, guys, I'm going to drop the link.
Hi, guys.
Exactly. I'm going to drop the link, and let's do it like this so we don't have too many. I'll bring 3 people up at a time. Oh, yeah, I know. So we'll have 3 people at a time come up, and we'll talk about it, and then those 3 drop down, and then Kristen said, "What's good, little man?"
Stole Dad's tablet.
All right, go and sit down there. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. If y'all want to come on up, give me y'all's opinion. We'll talk a little bit about the situation. One other thing that I want to say, I ain't even worried about the line to the police officers. I ain't even worried about that. That's a bonus. But in my opinion, Leilani should get the death penalty. What's up, Arkansas? How are you today? But I think she should get the death penalty, in my opinion. All right, guys. Come on up. Hello, second to number one. They do take after their mama. But daddy's not so mean.
He's lying. He's lying. He is lying.
So, hold on just a minute, guys. Let me answer this on the phone. There's Becca. Said she'd be home in a little bit. You're fine. You don't. But somebody hit that link. Come on up here. There's a lot of people in here. Now, don't tell me y'all are shy. Oh, yeah. He's a daddy's boy. How are you, Arkansas? Yeah, I know, right? You just called me out on national YouTube. Nobody want to come up and talk to me? I feel so ugly now. Come on up, Haley. Yeah, the kids took they took Kimmy's studio. Oh, okay. Why can't you join, May? There's Kristen.
I won't leave you hanging, bud. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Man, if I knew I could go to that jail and just spend 5 minutes in a room with Leilani, it'd be worth going to jail. I'm just saying.
Yep.
You know?
Hey, Digger Duck.
She is something else. Can you get me a soda, please?
What?
Yeah.
Kimmy Poo.
Kimmy!
Hi.
Hi, beautiful.
You got a black
How
curtain.
are
I need
you?
my green one.
Yep.
You're fine.
Got rid of.
How-
I got rid of the
Guillotine.
guillotine back there.
I hear you.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm having a little bit of a rough time today. My throat hurts, and I found out why my stomach's bothering me. The nurse called this morning to check on me and said they put you like you're a cat on all fours, and then they put a bar right here to arch your back up to do the surgery. So right where that bar went is why my stomach is hurting so bad. So that explains that.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Now I know y'all don't go over there.
No.
But what I told you, and that's what I've seen. That woman has got to be the most ridiculous woman in this world. I don't think she has a bit of common sense in her body.
No. She absolutely doesn't.
And to be honest, I don't think none of her subscribers or anything does.
She's delusional. She really is. They all are.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you first, Kristen. What do you think? That's all right, Karen. At least you made it. What do you think that she should get?
Death penalty.
Fair enough. What do you think Billy Joe should get?
Life.
I'm with Kristen 100%.
Well, I'm with her 100%, but I don't think that they're gonna give Ho Billy life.
No. But
No.
you know, if not for her actions, Quentin wouldn't have lost his life.
Right.
So it needs to be a really, really stiff penalty so that people that take in kids, like, you know, people that volunteer to foster for the wrong reasons, you know, for the paycheck or whatever. And it does happen. There's good foster parents and there's bad. But it would set out a precedence for these people that are taking in kids and not treating them right.
Yeah.
There's got to be some precedent set somewhere somehow, because this happens far too often, in my opinion.
Also, I think it Zipperhead should get some time for interfering.
Definitely. They need to just lock her ass up in a mental institution.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
Psych ward.
Yeah, I wouldn't hurt my feelings now.
That's what I'm saying.
Been there, done that.
Lord. But yeah, I just wanted to give that opinion to you, Rebel.
You're fine.
It just, I mean, like I've been saying, the thing that right now that's really eating at my heart is that Zane and Sky were in that house. Maybe not in the same room, but they were in that house. They heard something if they didn't see it. They heard it. And
Yeah.
that is psychological abuse. That is mental abuse.
I agree.
So, I mean, they're going to end up probably needing therapy.
Oh, you know they will.
You know?
I thought that myself. Sad.
It's terribly sad, you know, that they had to go through that. And hopefully with good therapy and counseling, they can put it behind them. But, you know, the truth of the matter is that it's going to take some doing to undo what they've experienced in just their short little lives.
Yeah.
You know, because someday,
even
if they get into therapy and all that, they've got to live with the fact that their mama killed their brother and that their grandma allowed it to happen. You know?
Yep. Before you speak, Kimmy, I didn't notice last night you sent me a sticker, a super sticker.
I did.
And I didn't see it, so thank you for that last night. I didn't see
You're
it till after
welcome.
the show. Well, I wanted to thank you. I know, but I wanted to thank you because I thank everybody else, and I didn't see yours.
Well, you're welcome.
All right, I'm going to step down and let somebody else come up.
All righty, thank you.
Love you, Rebel.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you too.
Love you,
Love
Kimmy.
you. Love you. Arkansas is on a roll again.
What's she at? Oh, yeah. Another one. Thank you, Arkansas.
Yeah. My deals too, like when I went by that house and got out and walked up there, and I met Betty and Mallory and Molly, well, Marissa and Justice. I was standing there and just the heaviness of being there. And then Justin looked over at me and started talking, and his voice was just so sweet and humble. And the things he was saying, I busted out crying. I mean, it was so like, I don't think anybody realizes what Betty and everybody went through being there, because it was weird.
Yep. You know, and I've never been to where a child has passed, but I have been to place. I have been to two. I've seen. Let me see if I can say it. I've seen 3 people right after they had passed, like seconds. And there is such a dark place around that area at that time where it's just a weird feeling being around someplace like that. And when I was there for my brother when he passed away, like I said, it was maybe 2 minutes after he passed away. And I walked in the house, and just as soon as I walked in the house, I just, I just felt it.
Yeah.
And Becca's not been around nothing like that. And but she wasn't there when Mom passed, but I guess she felt it through me because it did bother her. But I went back and looked at my brother. Now, I'm not going to mention anything like that, but I told her, I said, you don't want to go back there. She said, I want to see him one last time before the funeral home. I said, you do not want to go back there. And she went back there, and it still bothers her to this day, and that's been 7 years ago.
Yeah.
It's been 8 for Mom. No. Yeah. Let's see. 6, 4. 6 for my brother, 7 for my mom.
Wow.
And my best friend, I watched his life go out of his body. And that, I mean, I actually watched his eyes film over. So I can't imagine, and these were adults. I can't imagine what it's like to be around, a child that hadn't even grown yet.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can imagine how dark it would be, but it's just, that's why I say that Leilani is a cold, heartless, soulless bitch. There's no place in her body that you can't give her enough love. You can't give her enough attention. You can't give her enough money to fill that big ass empty, soulless void in her body.
It was weird. It really was. And I watched my mom take her last breath. I've watched my grandfather take his last breath. But it was, I don't know, I can't even really explain standing out there. It was just the memorial. When I went by, the memorial was still out front.
Right.
They moved it that night.
Thank you,
And
hippie grandma.
I think seeing all that, it broke my heart. It really did.
Yeah. Who said that? Shawnee B, when I watched my best friend pass, that was when we were both 18. I'm 53 now. And I can still, to this day, see his eyes. I know the exact shirt he had on. I know the exact jeans he had on. I know the shoes he had on. I can still picture. If I close my eyes, I can be standing in the room where that happened, and I can look around and see everything.
Yeah.
And that was when we were 18.
I did.
Well, just a minute, I got
Hi,
caught.
guys.
And I get what you're saying, Karen. I agree. I mean, 7 years as a mom to like for a child to be without their mom for 7 years, that's a long time. Does anybody know how old the kids were when she went to prison? I've never looked that up. And Karen, I'm sorry. I can't imagine what that was like.
Mm. And 9 years. And that's another thing. All right, let me go ahead and do this. What's up, Jennifer B? How can you? She gets on her whatever it's called over there, and she says, "I know so much stuff I just can't say." Why can't you say? If you get on
I
there and brag that you know it, go ahead and say it.
I was under the impression I heard somewhere that even saying that is illegal.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know if it was the term illegal. It's a contempt issue to even say that.
Mm-hmm. But they don't care. She's just in it for her money. They think it, and this is I guarantee you this is what she's thinking. Well, if they try to get me, they can't come across Canadian line. Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can
They just have
extradite anybody they want to.
they just have to get the court order to go across lines, and they have to go in front of the judge over in Canada, and then the judge will have the warrant issued out and come pick your ass up. See, her dad must have. I don't know if it was her dad or she just thinks that's how the laws work. That's not how they work. But if anybody can find that about what happened to her dad, because I had it before, but my computer went down. So yeah, I'd like to have that a printout of the story because I want to read that again. I want to remember it. I know it was. See, I thought it was just a child, but someone said it was a child and a
I heard it was an adult and a child.
Yeah. When my first son was born, Jeff, that's the first thing that they taught me because he was born with a epidural hematoma. This is why it happened. My wife was my girlfriend at the time was so small that they used hemostats and went in and clamped around his head and pulled him out. And they must have squeezed a little too tight because his head he had a little cone head when he was born. It went away, but it was blood on his brain. But it went away.
Thank you, Jennifer. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. And he's fine now. All right, guys, do me one more favor. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that share.
Don't forget
hit
to
that
like,
subscribe.
comment, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, what my son said. Go up the top and hit that bell and subscribe where it says all, and that way you'll know when I come on. My dad is going to
see my dad's beautiful face.
Oh, I'm sorry, Digger Duck.
I'm going to go back up. Markella said I felt useless because I didn't save him and blamed myself. I was scared to tell my husband for the fear that he would be mad at me. But I think I missed something before.
Her father-in-law and granddaughter.
Oh, man. I'm sorry.
Arkansas, if you keep that in you, it's just going to build and build and build, and it's going to eat you insides out. Because my grandson's mother, his daddy passed away in our house. And I went in and tried CPR, but they just said his body quit. He was ready to go home. That's what they told me. They said he was just ready to go home. His body was old and tired. So, but I thought maybe I could have done something more, but
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody goes through some type of guilt, anybody with a heart, because like my mom, I had called her, but she was actually already out on her tractor because I was late calling her. So I left her a message on the answer machine. And I thought if I'd called her 30 minutes earlier, maybe she wouldn't have been on the tractor.
right.
But then I think when it's somebody's time to go, it doesn't matter. You can't stop it. It's their time to go.
Yeah.
I don't understand when it's time for the little kids to go. That part of me is hard to wrap my brain around, but
I don't know if we just have to live with it or if we just have to put it back in one of the filing cabinets in the back of our head and try and keep it regressed.
all right, Arkansas does not want to cry up here tonight. So
Okay,
I think
Arkansas.
it's getting heavy, but I just wanted to kind of say stuff about going by the house, how
All right.
awkwardly different it was, My
Now,
kids wouldn't even get out of the car.
Now I'll say this: when you went by before, and before anybody knew what happened there, it looked like a nice house, and there probably wouldn't no feeling like that. But once we learned well, you know what I mean. It wouldn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the darkness around it. It may have had some kind of feeling like there's trouble there.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't stay long because of that. I told the kids it felt like somebody was sucking the oxygen away from me. If that makes sense. Jam Bam says, I want to see evidence of Billy's reaction to Quentin's death details, considered she doesn't know how it happened. Oh, that's right. Because do you think they would tell her in jail?
They might. It really just depends. And that may be why she had that orange smock on.
Did she know? Or did they know what happened?
I don't think if they.
I
Well,
don't remember.
I think it was the day after she was arrested when they indicted Leilani. Yes, they watch the news in jail. How do you think people find out about people coming into the jail? Before
Well, I'll tell you
Leilani,
my experience. It takes one soul on the outside to say something to somebody on the inside, and it filters through that jail system like you would not believe.
trust me, I've been on the inside when them stories come through.
Question. So if somebody's in like what they call that 23-1, where they're locked up 23 and they get out for an hour, when they're locked up for 23, they don't have access to TVs and all that.
Well,
Now
they may. I'm not going to say they do. See, down here, if they put you in a 23-hour lockdown and you have the 1 hour out, the TV's not in a room where you could control it. The guards control it. The TV's out in the hallway up in the corner. So if a guard don't want you to see something, they can come in and change the channel, put it on whatever. Kristen's back.
Hey.
Hey.
Rebel, I just want to make something really clear, and I just went and looked it up to double check on this because my son worked for an ambulance service, and I just want you all to know that it is a really good idea, no matter who you are, to learn CPR. Okay. But TV makes a fantasy world where everybody who receives CPR is resuscitated and all of that. So for the person who said they wished they could have done more or whatever, I want you to understand that CPR only works 10% of the time. 10%.
Yep.
So don't ever feel guilty if you've made that effort or whatever, that you could have done more. And I
Well,
just want that person to understand that, because I don't want them to hold on to that guilt.
but I see where she's coming from, because I held on to that guilt for years, thinking, well, even if the CPR didn't help, maybe I could have done something else, anything.
Correct. I understand that, but I just wanted to try to lighten that person's heart, because it only does work 10% of the time. So don't hold yourself accountable for something that is out of your control. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
So
to be honest, it's very violent. What is shown on TV that's TV worthy. In real
Yeah.
life, it is,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
violent.
So I just wanted to say that, because I saw that somebody was, had a heavy heart about it. And I hate that for somebody to feel like that, and I just wanted to make it clear that it is a good idea to learn CPR.
Well, Markella just said thank you to you.
Okay. All right. Well, I just wanted her to know that, and I'm gonna step back down. Bye
All right.
bye. Love y'all.
Bye
Love you
bye.
too.
Love you. Arkansas just posted Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder Alliance, the website and the phone number.
Thank you, Arkansas.
Oh, Karen lost her mother, sister, and father all in 6 months apart.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Kimmy, can you copy that number that Arkansas put in there and save it, and then put it
Sure
over
can.
in? And then when Becca, because Becca said she's going to come on tonight for a little bit, so put it over in Becca's. Zipperhead done the same thing in every case that she's ever been involved in. Ever. When Don Wells got out of jail, she was going to have him come over and do a interview. Don told her to fuck off, in other words, because he didn't show up or anything like that. Exactly. All money. It's all money. Yeah, she don't want to come up in Tennessee or Virginia. Virginia's little Russia. Trust me. That's why it's called Commonwealth. It's a communist state to take your money. Exactly. Called on and said no.
You know what I have realized, Rebels,
What's that?
getting closer to these people in the chats, we have a very, very strong group of people. And I've had people offering me help when they're going through their own rash of crap, and that means a lot to me. It really does. The messages I had pouring in, people even just checking on me. It's been incredible through Facebook, Discord. And I wanted to tell everybody thank you, that we're all here when somebody's got an issue with having guilt or anger or anything like that. Like, I want to stress we're here,
Oh, yeah. And I like what I was just seeing what Markella said. And Bubba had 3 losses in 1 month.
Dude.
That
he's I hope that doesn't mess him up.
I don't know how his brain is, but okay, Arkansas, come back, please. But and I'm a grown man, seen a lot of shit in my life. That would That would get me. Well,
I
my
don't
brother,
get it.
he was my twin. So I mean, we wasn't a close twin, but we were twin. And his was like I said 6 years ago, and I can still see him.
Mm.
I can remember everything I done when I walked into his house. I can remember everything when I walked in to see my mama. But now, my nephew was locked up for 13 and a half years, and my mom passed before he got out. But I believe wholeheartedly in my heart that my mom was waiting to see my nephew because she raised him. And she didn't get to, but when his son walked in, his son looked a little like him. And I believe that she seen him standing at the foot of the bed, and she thought, okay, I got to see him. I can go now. So when I come in that day, I told Mom, I said, I'm going to take Tara down and get her something to eat because Tara stayed that night with her, and I was going to stay the day. And so I told her, I said, I'll be back. And I told her, I said, Mama, if you're hurting, just, I love you and everything, but if you want to go on, be with Daddy. And when I come back, she was gone.
Wow.
Still got
No,
to me, even though I know I told her to.
Yeah.
I stopped Tara from going in, and my stepson that gets on here, he was with me, and it tore him up. But I told Tara to take him down the end of the hall, and that's when I called the nurse in, and she said, "Yeah, she's gone." So if we're ever in here and we start talking about my mom, we'll have to stop because if he's in here, it still bothers him a lot. I mean, he's grown up in 6 years, but still, or 7 years.
Yeah.
Because see, he's 18 now, so he was 11 when my mom passed away.
Oh, goodness.
Hey guys, thank you for getting me over 100 likes. Thank you so much.
Yay.
I got to figure out, because it says I've done everything perfect, but I still can't. It's not showing me my place to where I can get memberships.
Huh.
I've got everything done. I ain't got the paper yet, but I've got everything done.
Well, don't you just need that little code? Did they say they were sending it?
Yeah, but it says when you meet the requirements, you'll get it. So I was sitting here one day and it was just overview in here. But the next day, overview, and then ads, and then supers popped up. But it's also supposed to have memberships and something else out here at the side. But it's not showing that.
Huh.
What happened at the University of Washington? Hold on a minute.
Daddy.
Hold on just a minute, y'all. Faye, go ahead and tell it. I'll come back and read it. I got to see what the kids want. Hold on a minute.
I think I saw something on it, but I was kind of out of it today. I took some pain medicine and literally fell asleep sitting up.
Okay.
So I don't know what happened.
Okay, that's what it was. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Get that off your lip. All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Put your hand up.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Hey, girl. Hey. No. Come on.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey.
Soleil Queen.
Huh?
It's a Soleil Queen.
Soleil Queen.
Ooh. Now everybody's saying it in the chat.
That's
So what happened in Washington?
everybody's saying it now, Trinity.
Soleil.
Everybody's saying it. Look, hey, girl, hey, hey, girl, hey, hey, girl.
Hey.
Tyler, you sound just like a girl just now.
Hey, go ahead.
Okay. Thank y'all for saying that with Trinity, y'all. She loves that. No, I did. I did see something. Somebody said something about Washington, but I wasn't paying attention because I was trying to get this ready. A guy went.
A guy
Okay,
went ballistic. Oh,
go ahead. No, you go ahead. You got
A
a better
guy
voice.
went ballistic and threatening to shoot and kill students when police got there. He started shooting and cops killed him. They wonder if it had something to do with the 4.
Huh. All right, we got Jerry Lynn.
Hey,
Hey, Jerry
Hey,
Lynn.
hey, Tattoo Rebel. I owe you an apology.
Why's that?
You accept it?
Well, what was it first?
Well, it was when your son came on, and I jumped in a chat, and I didn't understand it, and it pissed you off, and I made you really upset. But
I done got over that.
well, yeah, you cut me out, but I didn't understand like where I jumped into, so I was a little rubbed up that night. But can I say something?
You sure can.
Okay, y'all remember Janine Jones?
Mm,
She was a
no,
nurse. That Janine Jones, man, she was a nurse in the hospital in San Antonio, Texas. That killed kids with a shot.
yeah.
Like
Yes,
she
I know. I
killed
know who you're talking about.
children.
I know who you're talking about.
Okay, you know who Janine Jones is, right? It
Mm.
was 1983, and that was in January when my daughter was born, and we was in the hospital. We was in the hospital at the time, right?
Yeah,
Do you mind if I cut my thing off? Because I don't want to
you're
be
fine.
seen. I look terrible.
You're fine.
Okay.
You can
Well,
cut, I mean, you can cut it off if you want to, is what I was saying. You don't have to leave it on.
huh?
I said you could cut it off if you want to. It don't, you can leave it on or
Okay.
cut it off.
Well,
It's up to you.
Janine Jones, I didn't even know that. Like, I didn't even know that till a year after. But in January, when my daughter was born, I'm lucky that my daughter survived that whole fiasco,
Mm.
because she
Yeah.
was out there killing kids. So, gotta look into the Janine Jones case. But, um, and I guess that night that I was so upset, really to tell you that it was coming up on December 7th, and I was really upset, and I was a little tipsy, and I went from another thing, and I was a little upset. So I just want to apologize because I'm just I'm tired of all the bullshit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I lost son at 29 years old, and I'm devastated. I mean, I'm devastated with what happened to him. And I don't care if he's 3, 4, whatever. I mean, I could have had my my firstborn child taken from me, not, you know.
Right.
So crime has not been like, I was kidnapped when I was 4.
Wow.
And crime has not been like a new thing to me.
Well,
There's crime in every
mhm.
every
I
place that
always
you go.
said I can't live in fear. I can't, oh, there's a lion roaming the streets. We can't go out of our house, because I have 5 kids and it took a lot for me to let them go and start driving and working. And I kept thinking nothing I'm going to do will prevent anything from happening to them. So I had to learn to let go and then not sit and think on it and think on it and think because it would drive me nuts, literally. And losing my mom, I mean, I would have
And
never thought
who's
I
that
could
talking?
survive that. It's me,
Kimmy.
Kim. And I thought I'd never
Kim?
survive losing my mom, but I did.
Um, it's the vanished. It's it's the vanished me because of the things that's went through my family. Um, like I was so abused as a child. I actually got taken by the hair and slung around by my hair and thrown into a wall that broke my collarbone. So I've come from a lot, you know. And when I was kidnapped, my dad was in jail, and they put him on call it what do you call it, a solitary confinement
Yeah.
because they didn't want him to see it on the news.
Mm.
And actually, I got out of the guy's car and walked right up to a news lady, which had my picture on the front page of the newspaper. And this is in Houston in 1964. So they they had an evening news and they had a morning news of my picture, and I walked right up to the newspaper lady, and she took me, and and it wasn't too long after that my mom died. That's the only picture. That's the only picture that I have of my mom is me and her together on that photograph. So, I've been through some devastating things, and
Mm.
I'm still hanging on, hanging on
Yeah.
See you
with
later
my whole
asked, were you a
family.
See you later asked, were you a juvenile? And they put your picture in the newspaper.
I was 4 years old. What happened was, my mom lived on top of a bar. The second floor, and
Mm-hmm.
the down floor was a bar. And then the back of the bar was full steps. Walked down those, and I was playing, and my brother was going to a candy store. So what I did was I was trying to follow him. Well, what happened was this 78-year-old man, the 78-year-old man got me to go to another bar. Remember now, this is in 1964, and I needed to go to the bathroom, and the bartender seen that I was a little shy about him taking to me to the bathroom, and then she said she would take me, but she went out there for some reason and she wrote down his license plate number because she thought that was a little strange, right?
Wow.
Well, that's not what broke the case, but what broke the case was, I guess, the guy passed out in the car, And I got out in the morning and walked down the sidewalk and met the newspaper lady. And they had my front picture on the newspaper of the Houston Chronicle, because they used to do three chronicles a day. Okay. And she found me. But they had all the information from the man. He was 78 years old, and he had taken his 7-year-old niece out on a little boat. You know, he was the grandfather, and he took her out on a boat, and he molested her. So he tried to treat me like I was he tried to treat me like I was you know, her without hurting me. So nobody thinks that he hurt me. But he was trying to make up for it. But he was 78 years old. And that's all I know. I mean, I only learned this till years later because my grandma didn't ever want me to know about it.
Just never know what can happen to people. People are so mean.
No, I lived in a violent house. You talk about Quentin, man. I lived in a violent house.
Man.
Hey, but I want to ask you about something there, Tattoo Rebel.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think about Leilani calling what's his name, telling him about all the baby drowned in the bathtub, Daniel, about him drowning in a bathtub? Do you think at that point she knew something?
Well, yeah, she beat him to death.
Do you think that she tried to... Yeah, do you think that at that point she tried to turn it?
No, she was just trying
Try
to
to
cover her
tell him
tracks.
something else?
She was just trying to cover her tracks, and he was there anyway. So,
But why would Billy Joel have to trouble her tracks?
because she left,
Why would Billy Joe have to cover her tracks?
because she left Quentin at the house.
Okay, but I don't think that Billy Joe had to think about that. I think all she had to think about was really what happened to my grandson. And she wasn't getting out of Leilani, but she was trying to piece things together. And do you think that she was working for the police to find out, you know,
No,
kind of what happened?
no,
You don't think so?
no.
Why?
I don't either.
Why?
Why would she be working with the police to find out what happened when she's a smartass?
Well, she's a smartass, but it's her grandson, don't you? I mean, if it was my grandson, I'd be working my daughter too, you know? I'd be filling her up with booze and taking her here and taking her there and tell me what the fuck happened, you know? Let's cry about it. Let's get it out,
No,
you know? Like, what?
No. I'd set my kid down and say, "You either going to tell me the truth, or your ass is going to jail till they figure out what the hell's going on. You're not going to stay out." And
Okay,
run
then
around and
tell
do
me
your drugs.
why. then tell me why Billy Joe just didn't beat the shit out of her.
Because she would go to
Because
jail.
she
if
could
she
have beat
beat
the shit out of her. I
She
don't
could have
care. I
gone to
mean,
jail.
I'd go to jail.
Yeah,
I'd
but
go to
then
jail over it.
that would leave Leilani still out. You know, I wouldn't have wanted that.
Yeah, but if you made a confession out of it, then yeah,
You'd still go to jail though for assault.
right?
I'm with
I don't care
se-
if I went to jail over that.
Mhm. All right. Well, go ahead, Kimmy.
second
Billy
to no
Joe is
one
still gonna
says
come
no.
out of
Billy
jail, and
Joe
she,
knew what her daughter
believe me,
did
the
to baby
second that
Quentin, and she
she's
stood
out
by her,
of
hoping that they would
jail
never find
court,
him.
All right,
she's gonna have another, huh?
Jerry, you got to let Kimmy speak.
Yeah.
All right, now say it again, Kimmy.
Second to no one said no. Billy Joe already knew what her daughter did to baby Quentin, and she stood by her, hoping they would never find him. Because even remember, they said they'd never find him, and then they were praying he
But
wasn't found in the landfill.
It's not proof. That's not
Huh?
proof that she really knew that. That's not proof that she really knew that.
Oh, she sent a message to a YouTuber that said Leilani put Quentin in a dumpster.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty doggone.
Well, that came
Evidence
from the
right there.
cops. That came from
No,
the cops.
that came from Billy Joe. It's actually showing Billy Joe on a phone sending a text message. What came from the cops is Leilani didn't remember how it happened. Bullshit. You know how you killed your son. That's something I don't care who it is. If you kill somebody, you're going to remember that.
Okay,
Especially
Tattooed Rebel, say you're trying to find out something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know that, and you said that about, I don't know whoever just said that, but aren't you going to try to, and like find out more because you're the grandpa? You don't want to say, like, you're still going to try to find out from her. I mean, I would if it was my daughter.
I'm going to try and find out why she done it or if she done it.
But that's the part that Billy Joe didn't get. That's why when that show came up and Billy Joe just bit her jaw and looked away and was like knowing that she was lying, don't you think that Billy Joe might have been trying to work with the cops?
No.
No.
Because
And
she has a big ass record where she's been arrested for 3 prostitutions, other felonies, convictions in the past. She's not going to do nothing to get herself in trouble. Well, let me finish. She's not going to do nothing to jeopardize her going back to jail and being out, because all them felonies, it don't matter if you get out and you clean your record. I mean, you do your probation or parole or whatever. If you still get in trouble, they could go back and pull that rest of that time up and add it to what you're doing now.
Well, and do you remember the very first news interview that BJ did, saying that she, Leilani is good sometimes and she's bad sometimes. It was like she didn't trust her.
And
She said,
she said that. She said, I cannot trust my daughter.
and then Shannon says, look at the phone conversation to Bubba and what Billy Jawbone said to Bubba about her daughter.
Yeah.
And Billy Joe,
I'll,
second to no one, said Billy Joe knew she was directly responsible also by leaving baby Quentin with Leilani.
Yeah, that's an automatic. When he ended up missing, she knew she was going to get in trouble for something.
yeah, that's a whole. I could almost be convicted of that, of thinking that same thing, like I would never expect my daughter-in-law doing something like that, but with the bruises and everything, I would have to stand back, but sometimes my family rules my house, and I think that's where Leilani drew the line. I mean, Billy Joe drew the line and kicked them all out of there, and she put on paper just to threaten, not to really even say that Leilani was going to have to take all three of the kids, but let's just say she wanted to put the stress on her, and she did that. Now, I don't know why Billy Joe would even put the kids in there when she had custody of them, but she got fed up with stuff. She did get fed up with stuff, and but yet she still went out of town, and she still let it go, and then she comes back, and things happened, and I think that grandma was really torn up. I really do think she was, and I think it probably made her relapse, and probably made her go insane, like I would be insane myself if I lost my grandson like that. I mean, really seriously sit back and think about it in your own
I
room. I
did.
mean, oh my God.
She shouldn't have left him.
How are you? Let me say this, Jerry Lynn. How are you going to uh, feel guilty when you get on another YouTuber's panel, beg for money, beg for toys, and just promote that other YouTuber? You're not even thinking about
Yeah,
yourself.
no, that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. She's covering up for herself. She's covering up for herself. She doesn't know how, why, when, but she knew that she had those papers that made her. That's why I say that when Billy Joe gets out of contempt of court, she's going to be immediately arrested.
Good.
I mean,
She should have never, ever,
I thought
ever
that,
left.
I've
Excuse
been,
me a second. Hey, hold on. Hang on a second. She knew when she took over those kids that they were her responsibility. And you don't put them back with the person you took them away from. You don't do that. Period. If you didn't trust her then, what made you
but
trust her now?
I've been to family court, but I've never been arrested in family court. But if somebody wanted to arrest you in family court, why didn't they just go ahead and arrest you in family court and say you did this and you did that? Why are they going to wait for her to get out of contempt, and then out of contempt of the judicial system, why are they going to hit Billy Joe? That's what I see. They're going to hit Billy Joe right after she gets out of contempt. But that family judge could have already done it. That's what I don't understand.
Did you watch the interview yesterday where they said what Leilani was arrested for or was indicted on, right?
There is Leilani, yeah,
What
but
I'm
not
saying is,
Billy
did you watch?
Joe.
Listen to me. Did you watch the press conference where she told what Leilani was indicted for?
Yes.
Okay. At the end, one of the reporters asked about Billy Joe, and she said she could not speak on it because that is another case being investigated. So they're still investigating that. She's not getting out on the 22nd.
No, she's not. She's gonna go right out of family court and right into the justice system.
It's it. I don't think, my opinion, she should be in jail for the negligence of that caused the death of a child when she left it with
But
Leilani.
okay, so Tattooed Rebel, let me ask you this.
All right.
Family court can do that. Why didn't they do that?
Family court can do what?
They can arrest her right there and then for failure to give the family a safe home. Why didn't they do that right there? And we really don't.
Because the judge can do anything that they want to do. If they, why didn't they arrest
Yeah.
Leilani when they had the evidence?
Well, family judge, when they see an abuse to a child that you signed off for and it happened, they can arrest you right there and then. That's my problem. So I think that it has something to do with something else, but I do think that Billy Joe is going to get. And how did we find out about this stuff that she came up with this this earphone thing and all
That I
this
don't know.
other stuff?
I don't know about
I
that.
mean, that's just speculation.
Yeah.
That's just bullshit.
All right. Go ahead and drop down, Jerry Lynn, because I'm going to bring up another person right quick. Thank you for stopping by, and I do accept your apology, but I'd already forgot about
Well,
it.
thank you. I'm so sorry. I just jumped into a conversation that I know about, and it was kind of hurting at the time because it was right close to December 7th when my son died, and I didn't know what I was jumping into, but I was inquisitive, and I'm so sorry I did that.
You're fine,
And
but
I was a little tipsy, but I didn't mean anything against anybody, so
you're fine.
apologies.
Thank you for stopping by. All right. Where did she go? Dumpling, get up here. Doing, girl?
Hi. How
Would
are
you eat?
you?
She's eating again.
I was.
Tyler
That's
said, "Where's
okay.
his chocolate?"
Taco soup.
Oh,
Where's Jerry Lynn?
I'm only bringing 3 at a time up here.
Oh, okay.
I can drop down if I need to.
Dumpling
And
was
if
only
somebody,
Dumpling was the only one back here.
okay.
So,
What about that hat that you had on today?
oh, you like that?
Yeah, you need to put that hat on. Go get it.
Okay, hold on.
Well, Shannon,
one thing that was, sorry.
go ahead. I was
Go
just
ahead.
going to ask Shannon, where did the earbud come from, and who did it belong to? I believe Beasley. I think they're going to give her that charge There's nothing to charge her with. Yeah, there
There's
is.
plenty to charge her with.
Neglect.
Neglect. Yep.
What was the earbud though? Where did it come from? Who did it belong to?
From what I understood, it was Billy Joe's, and she had it in her ear,
Oh, so it was just like an earbud. That,
like an AirPod.
okay. Yeah, if that's what it is, you can't take him into court. You knew better than that.
Yeah. They don't let you take phones in there.
Not in a court.
No. And I'm sorry, but I do have to say I disagree with Dorothy. There's a lot of charges she could rack up.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, why would you willfully take children away from someone because you don't trust them, and then you turn around and let that person watch them?
Exactly.
That's criminal neglect, is what they would call that.
How do they charge her with neglect? Because she left the kids with someone that she knew couldn't take care of them, and it resulted in their in their death. So that is neglect with, I can't remember what it's called now.
You're distracted.
She had with a Christmas tree on her head.
You told me to get it.
I know, but I was talking and looked at your picture and it. Okay. Neglect with that resulted in the death of a child.
Mm-hmm.
And if you say that they can't charge her with that, they can.
She did have legal custody. I have the paperwork.
Plus, I've seen it happen down here in Virginia court system.
Y'all so poor. I ate way too much. I should have.
What in the world?
Trendy said, "What in the world?"
No, that's Tyler.
Oh, that was Tyler. I'm sorry. Sorry, son. You crazy.
May I please have my chocolates?
Yep.
How are people saying that she did not have legal custody when I've got the papers that said she did?
Let me go see who's at the door. Go ahead and talk.
Of Quentin and Z. I don't want to say his name on here, but she had custody
She did have
of
legal
those.
custody.
Yes, she
Yeah.
did.
I don't
Yep.
know why people are saying she did not.
No, because I mean I've got the paperwork on my phone. I think it is. Can't remember if it's on my phone or iPad, but I can find it. And I printed out other stuff, but I never printed that. I don't know why. It was on our news channel.
Yeah. Well, remember, we went digging that day and found a couple things that said it because we were wondering, like,
Mhm.
because people kept saying she didn't have custody, and we were like, well, yeah. And there's a bunch of things out there proving. I mean, the court document for one.
Mhm. Yeah, because from what I understood, she got custody of Quentin when he was 5 months old, is what we had figured out. And then, of course, Z was a year-ish older, and it was just them two on the papers because Scott, sorry, I said her name. S was not born yet, so.
Yeah. And she never got any kind of custody for Scott.
The baby, yeah. So she darn well was responsible for them. So you can't go out of town and just leave them in the same house as somebody you willingly took them from. That doesn't even make sense at all.
Yeah. No. None of it makes sense. All they're trying to do is twist things to cover their butt. Well, that's all they were trying to do. Now they're in trouble.
All right, now what they All right, what's going on? I'm back.
Well, and
Becker.
somebody is saying that there would be no
Taking it.
babysitter if that were true. What does that mean?
What is uh
I mean, I wouldn't leave my kids with a babysitter that was known to abuse my children. That I got custody of.
Wait.
You
There
get-
would be no babysitter if what?
I
I
agree.
don't know. It just says
I agree. CPS is also at fault because they let
Where'd it
Quentin slip through the system, and they let all the kids slip through the system. And I did hear that that the kids were given full custody to BJ after the day after Quentin went missing, which was the 6th, when they went to the juvenile court, where Leilani went out the back and she went out the front.
And Dorothy's saying that BJ had a babysitter set up. That no. They had a babysitter set up for the day, but only until 5 or 6 o'clock at night. Now, what happened from 6 at night until 6 in the morning? She was not. Diana didn't
Okay,
have them
so-
then.
So the only reason the mom went and got custody was so they wouldn't take the kids from Leilani, and then she kind of just took custody and kind of left them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was like, I'm doing this so that DHR or CPS, whatever it is down there, doesn't take them, but you're their mom and you're going to take care of them. You know? Which means, of course, it was Leilani's fault. She did it. She
Right.
did it, but it's definitely also Billy Joe's fault because she left them.
And it is not the babysitter's responsibility to go in that house and snatch those kids up when they
No.
said, we don't need you today. That is not her response. She didn't have those children. She didn't have custody of those children. That was
The
not her home.
babysitter did nothing wrong.
The babysitter was a hired person.
Becca.
So if someone from the house calls and says, we do not need you, then your services are not needed. So that's just like if you got a job and your job calls and says, okay, well, you're not needed. You can have the day off. But say the tow motor you drive during that day messes up and runs into the wall. Are you going to get blamed for that? No, you're not. Whoever was driving that tow motor is going to get the blame for it. So whoever was watching that kid because they called and canceled the babysitter that morning, whoever had that baby is responsible for that baby. So whoever was responsible for that baby was Leilani. All right. Who left her in charge with the baby when she's not there? Was it Danny? I don't know. But Leilani was the mother, so she would take over if she had any common sense, which she probably didn't. So Leilani is the one that done it. If Danny done it or knew of it or had any part, yes, his ass should be in jail too. But Billy Joe should be in jail too because she left that baby at the house, hired the babysitter to come get the baby in the mornings, take him and watch him while Leilani and Danny or whoever done whatever they wanted to at that house. Bring the baby back at 6. And then whoever's at the house is responsible for the baby from 6 until 6. That's it. The babysitter had nothing to do with this.
I agree with Shannon and Beasley B and Markella and Arkansas. Judith, they're all basically saying the same thing. Judge does not have to always put an order in place. CPS has the authority to place the children in a home. Billy Joe accepted the responsibility, therefore she is responsible for what happened.
exactly right here, James was put in my house in a protective order from his mother. All right. We kept having to go to court to see if she'd done what she wanted to. If you done this, we're going to work on getting your kids back to you. We went to court so many times, and the judge hadn't signed off of it. The CPS put him in my custody because I am family. That's another thing. A baby has to be put with family members. CPS gives you the choice of a family member before it goes into state's custody. So they put him in my custody. So I am responsible for James. If I took him, say I took him to Leilani and said, here, you watch him. Something ended up happening to him. I'm responsible also. I should go to jail.
Leilani should not have had him alone, period.
I
Billy
know, but
Joe
I'm just saying.
is a huge fault. Leilani, okay, so Billy Joe, it's her fault it happened. Leilani's the reason it happened. Leilani did it. And the babysitter had no authorization just to bust up in that house. What babysitter's going to do that unless she can prove the baby's in immediate danger, which she couldn't
They
prove.
could have shot and killed her
And
if
those
she
cops would have took her to
trespassed.
jail.
That's
Yeah,
another
and I
thing.
guarantee you cops would have took her to jail over, even if Leilani had that baby and wasn't supposed to, they would have took Diana to jail.
That's another thing. Zipperhead said, well, she should have went up there and kicked that door in and took them babies. I'm sorry. If you go to someone's house, now, you do not live there. You do not pay rent there. You do not pay bills there. That is someone else's house. If you go there, kick them doors in, even though you were hired to do a job. If you kick them doors in, that's breaking and entering. If you go in and take them kids out of that house, that is kidnapping, even though you were hired to watch them kids. That is kidnapping.
And you best bet those cops would have took her, even if Leilani wasn't supposed to have them.
Exactly.
And
There's no papers drawn up to say, well, I'm supposed to come get them kids. There's no paper. It was just verbal. So verbal does not really stand up in court much anymore. So get out of here with that shit that she shouldn't be charged with anything.
Shani said you can get shot nowadays, and that's the dang truth.
Yeah.
The babysitter is just. I'm sorry. I'm on a hype here. I'm sorry.
Go for it. Go for it.
I interrupted you.
Oh, I was gonna tell y'all something about BJ, but I forgot. That's all I was gonna say is I forgot what I was gonna say. So go ahead.
I liked what Beastly B said. The babysitter is just that, a babysitter. She's not the legal guardian. This has nothing to do with the babysitter. She did her part and then some.
Yep.
Thank you. My husband brought me this.
Aww.
Thank you.
Come here.
Come on, V. The dog's under my chair. You can just leave him. I'm on. Hold on.
The court order has nothing to do with this. It's a murder conviction now.
And y'all didn't see Billy Joe getting arrested for going into the babysitter's house, did you? But she would have got arrested immediately if she went into, the house that Leilani was at to get the babies. I'm sure she was really torn on what to do.
Exactly. The last CPS paper said that the two remaining kids even said Billy Joe should have known. Exactly. That's like, I have full custody of James now because I went to the court and I said, look, I'm tired of coming to the court and then going home and telling James, hey, well, you can't go to your mama. You'll get to see her when you can. If y'all going to keep doing this back and forth and I have to explain to him every day that we go to court, then either give him back to his mama's or give him to me fully. And they said, is that what you really want? I said, yeah. So they gave him to me fully. Now, when I told the court I said, she can come visit him anytime. I have no problem whatsoever. He is not to stay overnight with him. She can only see him if we're at home. And she has to go by my rules because he is in my custody. And the judge signed off on it.
I know what I was going to say now. So, Billy Joe, so Zipperhead, what was she saying, Rebel? She was saying,
Dog.
what were you saying? She was saying about Leilani, that the babysitter should have busted in the door and gotten her. If they're saying that against Leilani, I can't take them seriously because they had Leilani outside in the lawn chairs with them, saying, say justice for Quentin, still supporting her, still letting her live under that roof, still paying for her stuff.
Yeah.
I can't take that seriously because Cher talked to her the same way she talked to me. She was like, Leilani, just don't say anything. Oh, sorry. My bad. Zipperhead. Let's pretend I didn't do that. There. I rewinded.
Okay. Go ahead and finish now.
Okay. So I lost my train of thought.
Okay, give her a minute and you'll think of it again, okay? I did hear something about that though. The babysitter's daughter. I didn't hear about her suing though. I did hear that didn't she go to some what was it she went?
Why would she be suing her? I didn't hear that.
The babysitter's daughter did. Now what I heard was either went to the house, went to they ain't had the funeral for Quentin yet, have they? Or the wake or anything? Okay, it had to do something with Quentin that they went down there. She went down there for. I did hear that. I can't remember what it was though.
He has to get his kids to be quiet. So Zipperhead was talking to Leilani outside the same way she was talking to BJ. Let's say BJ. She was saying, don't say that, don't say this, don't do this, kind of like coaching her. Even though she knew she murdered her child, she was still coaching her the same way she was trying to coach BJ. She was 100% like supporting her. So I don't have anything good to say about her. If I were her, I would have said, BJ, I'm not talking to your daughter, and you don't need to have her in that house. If she really wanted to coach and help BJ like a little life coach, she should have told her, quit supporting your daughter and get her out of there, or else beat her until she tells the truth.
Shannon, do you remember seeing them put up a poster on their fence of another YouTuber? That's who Zipperhead is. You're muted, Kimmy.
Sorry. Like Arkansas just said, just like she did Don Wells.
Exactly.
They're talking about them being on panel on that one. The Crypt Keeper.
I just don't understand how she can sit there and tell Leilani, you sit there and tell her, don't say that, don't do this, just sit there and ignore them. Just sit there and ignore them on her live when she knows, if she knew,
Hey
if she
guys,
was so sure she killed her baby. What?
remember what I told you I was going to get today?
Oh, yay.
Ah.
Awesome.
Well, let me see.
Can you see better?
They're just reading glasses. They're called spiders.
What are those? Versace?
Yeah. Well, I can't
Gucci?
even spell.
You say
I can't
Gucci?
spell. Yeah. Gucci goo.
What?
Yes, you can post it in Discord. You can DM me with it on Facebook. My Facebook pops up every now and then here. But I went to pick him up and pay for him. Somebody had already paid for him.
Oh, who?
I don't know. They said it was a donation and it was paid for.
Oh,
Didn't even leave no name or nothing.
that's
Well,
so
that's
sweet.
nice.
I had the money and I said, I'm here to pick my glasses up. And they said, okay. I said, 65, right? She said, no, they're already paid for. Okay. Who paid for them? Said it just said donation. That's all it said.
Aw.
Uh,
Arkansas. What is Arkansas talking about? Makes that make sense? Why would it be urgent for her to get the kids? For BJ to get the kids? Is that what she's talking about?
I guess.
Makes sense.
I'm
Why?
sure. I'm sure that was more her mad at Lailani trying to get the kids and saying it's urgent. Her and Lailani weren't like mother and daughter. They were like friends bickering and fighting.
Jerry, only 2 or 3 people up here all the time.
You want me to get down, Rebel?
And when you finish talking,
No, I was gonna say I've been up the longest, but I can come down. But I was trying to catch up. I think I missed some comments when I went to go get coffee.
What do you have? What do you have?
hold on just a minute. Because I got to get ready to go. Becca's back. We're getting ready to make supper
Is
Uh,
Becca going live?
later on.
Babysitter. Arkansas. I don't know. It's make it make sense for me too, girlfriend.
yeah, I'd like to hear that myself.
Yeah, it was an early Christmas present.
Second to no one said that sounds yummy.
What?
What?
My anal coffee.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Pretty good. I had to go make some with my taco
I am
soup.
jealous of your hat though.
My daughter took it when I put it down. That's so cute, y'all. I found
Yes,
those at Five Below.
my wife goes live too. Somebody drop Becca's
I,
link in here.
Do you have it
hold
on?
on. Arkansas said I'm saying that would be the big deal about her keeping them in the day if she is allowed to keep them every night. So why would the babysitter need to run and snatch them up?
Exactly. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And yeah, Arkansas, I did say anal coffee because Rebel misunderstood Ghost Devil one night when he said he was drinking caramel coffee, and Rebel thought he said anal coffee. So then it turned into we're all drinking anal coffee.
Because you got to hear him say caramel with his accent. His yeah.
Let's call it an inside joke, and I hope everyone catches on because if not, that'd be really weird.
Why would it be weird? I ain't worried about it.
Because they don't know it's an inside joke, Rebel. They've been like, huh? Okay, I'm gonna post Becca's YouTube real quick. I found the link.
Oh, I did.
Oh, did you?
I got it. Oh, you got it right after me.
We always do that. It's okay. So his wife goes live and talks about
Well,
PTSD struggles.
she's upset with Zipperhead, so she's gonna be giving her hell tonight.
She likes to talk about victims
Yes.
and people who support victims. She talks about a little bit of everything, but it's kind of a support channel. It's really cool.
Let's see what it says. Damn. Right, I already seen that. But what I'm saying is, I still think that they're going to throw a little charge in on her because as of yesterday, when they had the news conference, they were asking about Billy Joe. And the DA said, I can't speak on that because we are that's still an ongoing investigation. So if it was just a contempt of court for them other two kids, why are they still doing an investigation? And usually if you get contempt of court, you don't get but maybe 2 days in jail if it's a mess up in the court. So I think that they're going to do that too. Thank you, Arkansas. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Reddit. Getting
Hey,
ready to go make a what's that other one? Instagram. I ain't got an Instagram. I forgot about it. Or do I? Hell, I can't remember.
I don't. I have Instagram on but it's for my business, my T-shirt page. What happened?
I don't know. But I'm getting ready to get off because I'm gonna go in here and help Becca with supper. So,
All
guys,
right,
I
y'all have
appreciate y'all.
fun.
I appreciate y'all stopping by. Becca will be going live in a little bit, and you come back in time for her to jump off too. But I am gonna go live here in a little bit. Becca will, and y'all jump on over her channel, and y'all be real good and real sweet, and she'll talk to y'all later. But as of right now, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. Thank y'all for stopping by. Be sure when you go out, hit the thumbs up, hit the share button, and hit the subscribe button for me. Everybody have a good day. I love each and every one of you. Arkansas, thank you for stopping by. Bambi, thank you. See you later. Deanna, Jennifer, Kimmy Poo, Dumpling, Hippie Grandma, everybody in here. I love each and every one of you. So be real good. Remember 2 things. Keep that flag flying, and the view never changes if you're not the lead dog. So always be the lead dog in your life. So y'all be good. I love you. Tell Ghost Devil I'll holler at him, Digger Duck. Y'all be real good, and we'll see you later.